We're gonna start this episode off on a little bit more of a serious note. One of the things that I see people say to me a lot is, wah, you were mean to a video game that I like. I'm a little baby, goo goo gaga, I hunger for delicious excrement. Which is valid, and I think it needs to be addressed. So the reason that I'm sometimes harsh on video games, and bear with me, because this is going to be a little bit hard to believe, video game companies don't have control over the afterlife. Now, I know that a lot of you are probably scratching your heads because you think, if I don't defend Nintendo on online forums as they take my money, I'll go to hell when I die. But no, actually, I read up on it, and the concept of the afterlife existed well before video games. Turns out, you only go to hell if you don't play the stock market. So kick back, relax, buy a big ol' bouquet of stocks, stop defending Warner Brothers Interactive's inclusion of loot boxes in a single-player game, and enjoy this week's episode of Pregame Discharge, the only video game show ever. Okay, I can't believe that I'm the first person to bring this up, but this show is a manifesto first and a comedic video game news show second. The ocean. How come we haven't gotten rid of that fucking thing yet? And why is everyone too scared to say it? Alright, first of all, it's too goddamn big, and we should be bigger than it. So that's the first problem. Problem two, you can't drink it. It's like the only redeeming quality of water, and the ocean doesn't have it. Fucking get rid of it! We're all thinking it! What, are we trying not to hurt its feelings? I propose that we kill the ocean and move its corpse to another planet that's already shitty, like Jupiter. Fuck you! I'm Lyle Mcdouchebag, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that sees the real problem. My friends, this is going to be a rough episode for me, for I have drinking in the foulest of poisons. But for the first time in a long time, I see clearly. Do I feel like there's a large, sharp object lodged in the center of my skull? Yes. Am I acutely aware to an unsettling degree of the existence of my own teeth? Of course. Would I perhaps rather be dead than here right now? That's a possibility. But I have seen beyond the veil, and let me tell you, it's a shit show. If death cannot claim me yet, then he is a fool, and I refuse to attend his birthday party. I'm Lyle Mcdouchebag with Destructoid, and this is Pregame Discharge, the video game news show that if I throw up in the middle of it, I'm gonna record it and just leave it in there. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh man, I just got back. I've been in the future. Man, I got like 16 people that ethically I should probably be killing right now. And you're probably asking yourself, what happened? Do we run out of bees? Do those Boston Dynamics fellers finally go too far? Is it like the movie Volcano from 1997? That wasn't a very good movie. No, I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to freak you out, ruin your day. But if you thought whales were bad when they were in the ocean, let's just say maybe we're better off with lamp oil than with ground whales. Anyway, I'm Lyle Mcdouchebag, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that saves the world like every other week. There are two types of people in this world. One kind of person is weak, slippery, thinks about food when they're not even hungry. Yet when their mettle is tested in a fight for survival, do they grow a beard and kill nature? I don't know. Probably not. The other kind of person is me. You think you have the facts, you haven't even heard them yet. You think you've heard the word, you don't even understand it. The only thing you stand under is a dumbfounded, slack-jawed state of shock. Just staring at the two of us, wondering if you're seeing double. No, I exist in all times and all realities a same, including this one twice. And if we touch, the universe will collapse on itself. If that makes you nervous, then you haven't been paying attention. I'm Lyle Mcdouchebag, and welcome to Pregame Discharge, a show about video games and don't think nothing else of it, you fucking dullard. What year is it? How long have I been frozen for? A clicking machine with buttons and sticks asked me for my credit card so I could buy fake coins to use on fake clothes for a fake person. Is any of this even real? Are you real? Am I real? Video games! Hello Hello from space and welcome to Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that tell you what it knows. Hey kids, get your hands off your honkin' hole. The only hole you need is wholesome family content. What am I talking about? You know, when I first staggered in here, I thought that this was going to be a colossal waste of my time. But now I see that my time is probably worthless anyway. And I think that that's the real lesson here, is that video games waste everything and nothing. Speaking of wastes, you might want to watch those waist lines, children. You're getting a little bit doughy. And speaking of lines, I probably should just draw it right here and start the goddamn show. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that mocks what I guess are fictional children. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. It's the current year. Isn't it about time you woke up? And I'm not talking hashtags here. What I'm saying is, if you want to think the floor is made of lava, you have to realize that the ceiling is the floor to the roof. As a matter of fact, everything is the floor to something. We're all the floor in a way if you really think about it. But I don't want to get stuck here talking about quantum lava. We have more important shit to discuss. Besides, if you've been following, you'll realize that you're back where you started, which is nowhere, which is just as much where as anywhere is. Philosophy is nothing but a snake biting its own tail that isn't immune to its own venom, which though lacking is an apt metaphor. I give it a meta 4 out of meta 5. Everyone's a metacritic, and every metacritic has its metamorphosis. I met a person who said, hey, maybe you should talk about video games now, to which I'd say, yeah, good point. That person was me. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the video game show that's really more of a video game tell. Rend me unto death. All right, that's it. I've had it. Nobody's saying it, so I'm gonna be the one to say it. It is 2018, and science, you made some goddamn promises that you're not delivering on. Everybody's talking about the flying cars and the jetpacks, but you know what? I'm even willing to let those slide. Elon is a busy guy. I trust he'll get around to it. I'm sure by now, you know exactly what my problem is. Unfucking believable, you people. In the 90s, we were promised that video game characters would A, jump out of the TV, or B, reach out of the TV and then pull us into the TV, and adventure would ensue. I am not even seeing the slightest attempt to pursue TVs as otherworldly portals to different realities. I mean, this is something we've been conceptualizing since CRTs, yet we've gone from 1080 to 4K, and I have seen nary a video game character either jump out of or pull me into the TV. This is some who killed the electric car shit, and I am gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that wants you to be pulled into the TV. My friends, where doth the river run backwards? When doth the rain pour upwards? When will the goddamn sky take all this stupid water back and just leave us here with what we really need? Vagina. You thought I was gonna say video games, didn't you? Well, predictability is the death of anything that would have been meant to survive, and I will tell you something right now. I am a survivor. You gotta eat to live, and the only things I eat are my vegetables and cold hard pussy. You know this. Clean yourself up off the floor and call me sometime, but for now I got a show to run. I'm Lyle Rath, and welcome to Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that gets you going before we go. The term manifesto gets thrown around a lot these days, but so does the phrase, Lyle, you're a genius, you should write a manifesto. Now, while I may be attractive and brilliant and humble and buff and attractive and cooler than everybody else, the show isn't about me. I agree, it should be, but it's really about video games. Because at the end of the day, I am but one man, but video games, look at them all. Look at all these men! I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Mencharge, the only video game show that had to do a double take on what I just said. Alright, I'm here to lay down the law, so listen the fuck up. Long hens make long eggs, long lives meet long ends. That's a haiku for hi you, and hi me has shit to do, so don't think too far into what I just said, because that's not actually a haiku. It was just a fucking poem. That was just a fucking poem. Don't shake your spear at me, you whiny bitch. I'm off to fucking Canada. You have any idea how easy it is to lose a corpse in the snow? Because you can find out, or you want to keep testing me on my iambic pent-up rage. Now, put your pretentious creative writing degree back where you found it, because I'm about to school you real time. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that will put you in that fucking snow, so help you God. And if he wants a piece of me, I'll take him too. Oh, hi. I totally saw you there. In fact, I saw you there before you were there. Let me explain to you a little something. In quantum mechanics, I just realized this topic is probably a little bit over your head, so I'm just gonna make it nice and simple. Something is amiss around here. Now, it'd be eggs, ice, toilet paper, and cheese, so if you could go get some of those from the store, I've gotta take care of that gold screaming guy in the corner, because you probably don't see him yet, do you? I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show where... Oh, yeah, there he is. By the way, brown eggs. I know they probably don't actually taste any different, for some reason, I feel like I like him better. Yeah, okay, fine! There is a time before space. There is a land before time. 2. It had like a little T-Rex or something in it. This is stupid. Can we abort this? No, we're kicking it down the stairs. We're getting the coat hanger. This is a fucking video game show. Land Before Time 2 was 47 years ago. Did you know that the original Super Mario Brothers was discovered by the Pilgrims? Do you remember Pong on the Atari? Do you remember Constantinople? I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that know where to go. Get you a martini so well shaken, it'll be like you as an infant. And I don't think I didn't notice the shape of your head. It's all right, turned out fine. All right, I didn't want to have to do this, but it is time that I dispel some slanderous lies about me and my character. Namely that I, quote, am just fucking around and, quote, don't know what I'm doing here. First of all, where am I? Second, if the people making these allegations are so goddamn smart, how come they don't host the only video game show on the internet? I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge. Seriously, it's the only video game show. No other ones exist. Don't even bother looking, because you'll not find another. Of this I promise. Why am I speaking in this strange manner? Doth an aneurysm take hold of me, perchance? Verily do I yearn for it to act with haste. My friends, this week I find myself adrift through the cosmic unknown. My lust for vengeance has taken me off-world, for a beacon has come forth from that one planet. The one with the dickhead on it. You know who you are, and I heard what you said. So cold are the wincing screams of space, shrieks ringing out through the nebulous void as though the kung fu grips of a drunken madman are collapsing the vocal cords of somebody who thought that I wouldn't be coming for him, that maybe I would have better things to do, and that has severely underestimated my abundance of free time and access to interplanetary travel. God, why didn't I bring something to read? Anyway, if you hear that sound, don't call anybody. That's just the sound that space makes. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that probably took this too far. Hey, have you guys ever spent all night coughing your lungs out and then gone, hey, I really want to record a video game show with a throat full of boogers? Then once again, I find myself living your dream, my friend. As though all the gorgeous women I've sexed and space karate tournaments I've won were not enough. I get to have this too. It's not fair, I know, but you've got to have something to aspire to, right? I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show where... Oh, fuck. That was real. That was genuinely kill me. Hey, what's up? Oh, that? I come down now on a thunderbolt sometimes. It's not important. What is important is that there is another kind of storm brewing. A storm of video games doing a big ol' happen. And you don't know about it yet. As G.I. Joseph used to espouse, knowing is half the battle. And you should really listen to that guy because he's jacked as fuck and has seen death. Would you arm wrestle him? Would you go visit him in the psych ward and challenge him to a test of physical strength? I don't think so. That's why I'm here. To get the the answers to the questions you didn't even know to ask yet. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that keeps you on your toes. You ever just get tired of it, man? You ever get tired of these suits always telling you what to do? You ever get tired of these walls that society builds? Well, I don't. I don't even own a bed, because I don't get tired. I get even. I wall the suits and I suit the walls and I fuck my goddamn hand when I'm done. You know why? Because that's the bow to playing society like a fiddle. This is the revolution, bitch, and me and these two topless Korean girls making out on my screen are starting it. I'm Lyle Rath, and this is the only video game show that would just like to move on now. Well, if it isn't you again. I've had it about up to here with you. And if you had it about up to here with me, maybe you'd be here right now to say it to my face. I bet you'd be all like, and I'd say something like, do you realize how stupid you sound? And that might really make you take a look in the mirror for once and realize I've been you all along. You need to get yourself together. You need to stop drinking before you record your show. You need to stop doing this to the people around you. But you'll never learn. You'll just fall deeper into the cycle that you've been in for years, and you'll blame it on everybody else because you are a fucking moron. And I am Lyle Rath. Welcome to Pregame Discharge, the only video game show that's fucking fine, alright? That doesn't need your help.